Hello, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another reaction video. Today it's time for the Tudors, episode number 9 of season 1. And yeah, we're getting closer to the end. There are 10 episodes in this season. I think all seasons have 10 episodes. Maybe one of them has a little bit less. I'm not sure. We'll see when we get there. But yeah, for season 1, it's time for episode number 9. And the previous episode was a really good one. I think it was maybe even one of my favorites of this season so far. It was a really good episode, pretty well written. It was mostly about the annulment that Henry is trying to seek from the Pope in his marriage with Catherine of Aragon. And you know, he's waited for a very long time. You know, I said so in the reaction of the previous episode. I don't really know how much time has passed, but I think it's maybe even over a year. You know, he's been waiting for this annulment, and you know, things are getting complicated left and right. You had the sack of Rome. The Pope was driven from the Vatican, so he's living in exile. And you know, he sent Cromwell sent 2 guys over, or Wolsey sent 2 guys over to the Pope to deal with him. And the Pope said, you know, I'm not gonna make a decision now. I'm gonna appoint a cardinal, and he's gonna help me to get a decision. And in the previous episode, we saw there was like yeah, like a court, almost like a trial, which Wolsey was part of the ones who were trying to make a decision, and also that cardinal that was appointed by the Pope. And you know, the bishops of England, they all sided with Wolsey, except for one, Bishop Fisher. He was like, nope, we're not going to do this. And so he's made himself, yeah, I think a little bit an enemy of the king. And he actually, in real life, he gets his head cut off on Tower Hill. I think I talk about it in that reaction as well. And so everybody is behind Henry, but they still haven't made a conclusion yet, because Catherine made a statement at that trial, so did Henry, but the one that Catherine gave, you know, was pretty meaningful. And I think everybody present at that hearing or that trial was like, holy shit, this woman means business. And they were kind of siding with her, you know, the audience was. And after that, she finished her statement and she walked out. And she was told that she had to stay, but she was like, nope, I don't recognize this trial. I don't recognize Wolsey. I don't want to be a part of this. So she just walked out, and that was the end of it. And there wasn't a decision made or anything. Henry was pretty pissed. The way he was looking at Wolsey, you know, if looks could kill, Wolsey would be dead. That's basically what it came down to. That's he was really pissed off. So yeah, can't wait to dive into this episode, because I think, you know, like I said, we only have 2 episodes left in this season. So yeah, the annulment thing and everything surrounding that, you know, they are driving really towards that, towards the ending, and the tension is rising. And so yeah, that episode was really tenseful, and is that even a word in English? I don't know. A lot of tension. That's what I'm trying to say. And so yeah, I think it's going to even ramp up even more, you know, towards the end of the season. And so yeah, nothing left to say now. We just have to go and see what happens in this episode. So yeah, let's do that. Let's dive in. This is the episode number 9 of season 1 of the Tudors. Let's go.
In the absence of the Queen herself, whom this tribunal has pronounced contumacious,
oh, we're going to continue now with the trial,
summoned,
because Henry walked out in the previous episode.
we call a witness, Sir Anthony Willoughby.
Oh, they have witnesses. Holy shit. Makes sense, you know, with Henry's sister, when she was having, he was getting married to that old guy, the King of Portugal. They had sex and everybody was around the bed.
And did the prince say anything to you when you saw him in the morning?
Yes, sir. He said, Willoughby, I'm thirsty. Bring me a cup of ale. Last night, I was in the midst of Spain.
Silence! Silence in the court!
Well, Henry's not laughing. But this is his brother who they are talking about, you know, which passed away, so it's gotta be painful.
I believe we may have the blood-stained sheets to corroborate my lord's story.
That would be most useful, Your Eminence. Most useful.
Did they save the sheets? Holy shit! Well, could be any sheets, you know. They would just have to fabricate a couple of sheets, say that is from the wedding night. let's see what she has to say to Woolsey. I think Woolsey is her mortal enemy by now.
The king asks why you are not in court.
I have given answer to that already.
Yeah, she's not coming.
Eminence, is that you? For your own purposes have kindled this fire. All this time, all these years.
Yes.
Vainglory. I have abhorred your voluptuous life and had no regard at all for your presumptuous power and your tyranny.
She's not holding back. Holy shit.
My only satisfaction is that in frustrating you, I hasten your fall from the king's good graces. An outcome I desire above all others.
Yeah, and with you a lot of other people. Including Cromwell, who's standing there as well.
I'll say a toast to Queen Catherine, who doesn't give a fig. God bless her.
To the Queen of England!
Yeah, I think the commoners are on the Queen's side.
The king!
Who is not happy. Keeps walking around with his mistress. Who is not his wife, but they act like it.
In which case, Boleyn, I shan't fail to promote your family's interests. It's true you've risen high, but you shall rise higher yet.
That's what it's all about. Power. Money. Land.
They were all looking at you. I'm glad. I want them to look at you. I want them to be envious.
I think they're thinking like, what the hell are they doing? They're not married. I think they look at this in disgust.
Woolsey promises me I'll have a divorce by summer.
Promises are easy.
Yeah, you've been making a lot of promises.
I'm going to court tomorrow. Will you come? Your brother has asked again for your presence.
I told you.
She doesn't really want to be there anymore. Oh. What's wrong with her? Oh no. Blood? That doesn't look good, you know, if you're coughing up blood.
We have been asked by her counsel, Bishop Fisher, to make a statement to this court. We have decided that such a statement is admissible.
You could say, you know, we're not going to read the statement, because if you want to make a statement, make sure you're there.
It is my contention that this marriage of the king and queen can be dissolved by no power, human or divine.
That's a big statement.
To lay down my life to defend the sanctity of marriage.
You will. Like I said in the intro, you know, he's...
You must understand, under those circumstances, it would be impossible for the Pope to grant the king his desire.
Yes, I do understand.
Yeah, but Thomas More doesn't want the annulment to happen.
Your principles, I understand that. But for the love we both have for the king, your job at Cambria is to be as obstructive as possible. Don't let Francis renege on his commitments to us, and don't let the Pope forget that it was Charles's forces that invaded and sacked Rome.
You're asking a lot of the man. I think he's going against every principle that he has.
If the Emperor is prepared to support his aunt by use of force...
You think he might invade England in support of the Queen?
I don't think anything.
That would be something that you don't want to happen.
No man can expect to go to heaven on a feather bed.
Yeah, he's right to worry, you know. You know, they have to disrupt those talks, because these guys, they all switch sides as much as they switch underwear, you know. It's crazy. Then they're in at war, and then they have a peace treaty.
Catherine, you must accept the inevitable. The weight of academic opinion is against us.
Yeah, that will never happen.
And the court will decide in my favor. And if the court does not decide in my favor, I shall denounce the Pope as a heretic and marry whom I please.
Yep, that's what's he gonna do.
I was intact when I came to your bed.
All right, so you were a fucking virgin! That's not the point!
He doesn't even care, I think. You know, he's just a way for him to get the annulment done. You know, what the reason is, he doesn't really care.
I love you.
Let me go, let me go! Why don't you see? Why can't you understand? I've been waiting for so long. For what?
How long? I want to know how long.
You will have sons. We will have sons.
No. It's too late.
They will have a daughter, but not a son.
Where are you going?
Home.
Stay here, I beg you, Anne! I'm the King of England!
Yeah, nobody listens to you.
An urgent message from the Pope.
Oh, danger going, sir.
Ooh. I wonder what that message is. He doesn't look very happy.
Your Eminence.
Majesty.
I trust we will soon have a verdict.
Indeed.
Yeah, but not in your favor. I want to know what's in that letter.
I am a man of faith, Your Eminence. God forbid His Holiness should ever turn his back on me.
Making some threats already. Yeah, it's true, you know, back in those days, Catholic Church was under a lot of pressure. A lot of attacks from Lutherans, Protestants, as it was later be called. And yeah, it was a great time of great distress for the Catholic Church. A lot of people turning their back on them. That's a familiar melody. Did he write that?
Don't you ever get tired of it, Charles?
Of course. And then I go to sleep. No. I dream of God, of heaven and hell, and of repentance. Since you asked.
Damn. He was laughing and all of a sudden took a dark turn.
My lord.
Majesty.
Please ask Anne to come back to court. I beg you, for my sake. I can't live without her. Tomorrow I shall have my verdict. I shall be free.
No, you're not. I don't think she will come back soon. She's pretty pissed. But it's all part of the plan, probably. Well, here we go. Let's see what that letter has to say from the Pope.
I ask you officially to deliver your judgment.
Even I know what's going to happen, but I'm still excited.
Much deliberation, we have decided that this great matter is too important to be here decided without consultation with the Curia at Rome.
Again.
But to prorogue this tribunal until October 1st. And that is our judgment.
Oh man, he's not going to be happy. Well, he manages to stay calm and collected when everybody's there. He'll probably throw a tantrum behind the scenes.
You stupid cunt.
Damn.
You have the least cause to be offended by cardinals. If it wasn't for me, a simple cardinal, sometimes having praised you, you would no longer have a head on your shoulders.
Well, I think that's the case, yeah.
Tell His Majesty that I am handing over to him at once the entire revenues of the See of Durham. It is one of the richest in England. And tell him I shall not cease to work for his great matter.
And now all of a sudden he gives a lot of money to the king. He wants to be in his good graces again, of course. Yeah, he's receiving a lot of money from the king, so.
Tell me I can trust you
to advocate my interests to the king. You may.
But you really cannot. I think he's a Lutheran, so can't trust him.
I've been summoned to Rome. I have to appear before the Pope and answer for myself. Can you imagine it?
Damn.
Who answers to no authority but God? Damn Woolsey. Damn him to hell.
It's the downfall of Woolsey.
There are some who on good authority care not for popes. These writers say that the king is both emperor and pope absolutely in his own kingdom.
That's a little dangerous.
Show it to me.
But yeah, he's in this mindset, so I think she will be all right. What's up with her, man? I think I'm getting the impression that he's gonna die or something. This sad music. Yes, he's definitely not well. Charles is having sex and she is dying. Oh man.
Softly love, and to love softly.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna die now. I don't know why, but coughing up blood, sad music. Oh man. Yeah, there she goes. It's like an ulcer or something, I don't know.
Majesty.
Well, she was coughing, so I don't know. Maybe tuberculosis?
Invite him here to Grafton House. Also Woolsey. Anything else?
Your sister is dead.
Margaret is dead. She died of consumption.
Consumption, yeah. That's tuberculosis. Damn. Yeah, he had his fallings out with his sister, but it's gonna hurt him, of course.
You never even told me she was sick.
Oh, we didn't know. He was too busy screwing other women. Yeah, this is a bit strange because your wife is sick and you don't know about it. But he was never home, or not a lot.
If that's the king's sister, why isn't the king here?
The king cannot go to funerals.
Why?
No one is allowed to imagine the death of the king, for that would be treason.
Really? That I didn't know. That must suck, you know. You never go to a funeral. His sister is dead and he's not allowed to go there. I think one of Henry's sisters really did die. He had two sisters in real life. In this show he only has one. I don't know why, but I think one of his sisters actually did die. But it wasn't, I think, after Anne Boleyn's coronation, so timeline-wise this is a little bit changed.
Tell me what happened. I take it you arrived at Cambria on time.
Not exactly.
We were a week late.
A week?
That's not good.
We secured a return to mutually beneficial trade relations between ourselves and the Low Countries. We also obtained guarantees regarding long-standing payments owing to the king by the emperor.
That's not what he wants to hear.
Did the King of France refuse to make peace? No. No, on the contrary, he settled all his differences with the Emperor.
No, shit.
Both of them then settled their differences with His Holiness Pope Clement.
This is not good news for Henry, for the annulment. This is not good news for Wolsey. Crazy, man. These guys, like I said earlier, you know, they 1 minute they're at war and then they have a peace treaty, reconcile.
Now there is no chance that the Pope will give the king his divorce.
Try not to smile.
Once more, there is peace in Europe. England is at peace with the Empire. More importantly, papal authority is restored and recognized. That is what I believe in.
Yeah, but not for long. And he's going to break away from the Catholic Church.
He recognized the need for tradition.
And you, Thomas. You have destroyed me.
Yeah, he's worried about his own skin, of course. But, you know, he also fears the downfall of the Catholic Church in England. Which, as a cardinal, he has everything to worry for. But, yeah, there's also some personal involvement, of course. He has to carry his own suitcase. Holy shit.
Where is my chamber?
There is none prepared for you, Your Eminence.
But I must change from my riding clothes.
Then you had best ask elsewhere.
You use my room. I mean, it's not much, but I'll have your trunk sent up. When you've changed, you are to go to the presence chamber.
Be grateful to you, Norris.
Well, there are many here, sir, who have cause to be grateful to you, though, alas, they do not show it.
Yeah, the end is near, and he feels it.
I hear you've been unwell. Is it true?
I'm like, what the hell?
We've come a long way together, you and I, Cardinal. Did you think I'd forget?
And there is still a great deal more to do.
I know.
Seems like you forgot, because you didn't even prepare a room for him, so...
We shall talk properly tomorrow.
I think somehow it's a scheme, or ruse, how do you say that?
Hold! Stand aside, I must speak with the king. Stand aside!
Not gonna happen.
Your Majesty! Majesty! Your Majesty! 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 Majesty!
Oh, man.
Also present my credentials to His Eminence, Cardinal Woolsey.
I do not see that there is such a need as before. The Cardinal is somewhat undone. He has been refused permission to attend court.
Well, she's smiling now, but she won't be in the future.
In fact, better to say, they are all my mortal enemies.
Yeah, she has a lot of enemies.
Cardinal Wolsey.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Here charged with premunire, that is, exercising your powers of papal legate in the king's realm, thus derogating the king's lawful authority.
I take it you have the king's written authority for this?
Look at them smiling. They're really enjoying this.
And where am I to go?
To the king's house at Jericho, to await the verdict of the court.
rule fall silent.
Grace there.
How about a blessing now, Your Eminence?
Oh man, now I even feel a little bad for the guy.
My own eternally beloved Cromwell, I beseech you, as you love me and will ever do anything for me.
He's not gonna help you, man.
Sure it. Who loves you, Woolsey.
Yeah, like I said. I think it hurts him a little bit, according, you know, to his face and his expression, but, you know, he's not a Catholic, so...
I have rescinded his punishment. I've even agreed to let him keep the bishopric of York, with a pension of 3,000 angels. You see what kind of monster I am? I need to appoint a new chancellor. Someone I can trust. You're trained as a lawyer and in royal service. You have international prestige. The friend of Erasmus. You have a fine, sharp mind.
No. No, he doesn't want it.
I know you have scruples concerning my divorce. I swear to you, it will only be dealt with by those whose consciences agree with it. I'll only use you for other things.
Yeah, right. Somehow you can trust a word he says.
To look to God first, and only then to me.
Must be exhausting, you know, to be around a guy like that. You know, 1 minute he loves you, then he hates you. You know, this is his greatest friend, so much more, and even he executes him. So you can't trust a word he says. So that was episode number 9 of season 1. Yeah, not a good episode. A little bit slower. Not as good as the previous one. Episode 8 I really liked. This was a little bit slower, but you know, a lot of stuff happened as well. This is basically the downfall of Woolsey, this episode. You know, he's been charged with some things, and his fall from power is complete. And you could see Boleyn and Duke of Suffolk. I don't know his last name or anything, but they were really enjoying the moment. They were gloating, they were smiling, they were laughing, and you know, then Woolsey was brought away. He had to hand over his seal from his office, and he was escorted to prison or to confined quarters, I don't know. And you know, people were throwing fruit at him, calling him names, and you know, I couldn't help but feel sorry a little bit for the guy. You know, of course, like I said previously during this season, first and foremost, he has his own interest at heart. But I really think, you know, he loves the king, and he will do anything for him. And that also because he wants to stay in power. He enjoys his position at court, of course. But I think genuinely deep down, I think he really loves the king. And, you know, this whole divorce thing, he doesn't even support it. If he looks really deep inside his heart, you know, he's a Catholic. I don't think he really wants to support the annulment and the divorce, but he does so for the love of the king. And also because, you know, if he doesn't deliver, you know, it's his head on the platter, which is happening right now. And so yeah, it's always, there's two sides to him, you know, but I don't think it's completely, has anything to do with him. He wants to stay in the good grace of the king, but I think he also really loves him. And, you know, see him fall from power like this, it's probably a bittersweet moment for him, and serving the king for so long. But yeah, he did a lot of ugly stuff as well, you know, steal money, you know, monasteries that were closed. The money should go to the treasury chest of the kingdom, but you know, he took the money for himself. You know, stuff like that. Pretty debatable, you know, if he's a good guy or anything. But yeah, this is his downfall. This episode is the end of Woolsey, and probably in the next episode we're going to see what becomes of him. I already know because of the history books, but maybe they're going to change it up a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, the other thing that we saw, of course, was the death of Margaret, the sister of the king. And he was pretty pissed with Brandon as well, because he said, yeah, you didn't even tell me she was sick. But I don't think he even knew she was sick. She hid it from him, which, you know, you can blame Brandon for. But if you're around your wife a little bit more, you could see that she's sick. She's coughing up blood next to you, then you will see that she's sick, even if she doesn't tell you. But he's never around. He's always at court. He's always, you know, in bed with some other girl. You know, he's not happy in his marriage anymore. And so, yeah, they didn't spend a lot of time together anymore. So, he didn't know. He didn't tell the king. Now she's dead. And he was pretty pissed off about it. I don't know if it's going to have any effect on him for the rest of the season or the rest of the time he's in the show. But yeah, initially he was pretty pissed off about it. And yeah, also, yeah, like a tragic story as well. You know, there are a lot of tragic stories in this TV show. And you know, hers is pretty tragic as well. You know, she didn't want to marry King of Portugal, which she did, a really old guy, and she killed the guy. And then she came back to court, married Brandon, which and that marriage got fast derailed. I don't know what happened there. You know, they just got bored of each other, I guess, and she was not happy. And yeah, then she got sick, and she's dead now. So yeah, pretty tragic as well. And also, yeah, the Queen, Catherine of Aragon, that continues to be a tragic story. She has literally, I think, 0 friends at court. She now has the new ambassador, which is a friend of hers. She has, of course, Bishop Fisher in her corner, but for the rest of the time, the rest of the people are against her. The common people are rooting for her. But yeah, if you're at court, you don't really see or talk to those people. So yeah, she must be really lonely at court. And so that's one, you know, why don't you just pack up your things, agree to the annulment, move back to Spain, go live with your nephew, who is the King of Spain, and have a good life there. You know, I don't think she will be worse off if she did. Doesn't really matter. I think if you live in the English court or in the Spanish court, I think the nephew will treat her pretty good. She will have a pretty good position. But yeah, she still lost the king. But why? You know, if the guy treats you like that, you know, say, screw you, man, I'm leaving. Of course, her daughter is in England. That makes things more complicated for her. She doesn't see her daughter a whole lot, but you know, if she's in Spain, she won't see her daughter at all anymore. So maybe that's why she sticks around for that little time that she gets to spend with her daughter. I don't know. Just, you know, you don't want to see anybody get treated like that. And you know, I think nowadays most women would say like, "Fuck you, man, I'm out of here. Don't treat me like this." But yeah, things back then were really different. So yeah, great episode. Once again, a little bit slower, not as good as the episode number 8. And yeah, I can't wait to dive into the season finale. And I have to wait and see what happens in that one. And I think the whole annulment thing is gonna really kick off. And yeah, Henry's been summoned to the Pope. I don't know if he's gonna go or not. I think he finds it a little beneath his stature to be summoned by the Pope. And of course, he's now read the book. So maybe he will just separate himself from the Catholic Church without even going there. We'll have to wait and see. So yeah, I hope you join me again on the next episode, episode number 10. And for now, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave your comments so we can talk about this TV show. And can't wait to hear your opinions about it. And yeah, for now, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.